Everything that I'm going to talk about today is based on my experiences with my patients, my practice. It's what I've tried, and what has worked has continued in my practice. What didn't work, obviously, we stopped. I am one of the senior teachers for CEDH, which is Center for Education and Development of Clinical Homeopathy, and I do webinars for Boron as well. I'm a family physician by training. I've done emergency room urgent cares and eventually found myself into the world of integrative and functional medicine. So I practice functional medicine, which is obviously about preventing, as well as anti-aging, hormones, and everything else that functional medicine physicians work with. Elimination, detoxification, chelation, anti-inflammation is what I do. With IV nutrition, supplements. And then obviously I practice clinical homeopathy, which is a little bit different than classical homeopathy. Clinical homeopathy is based on medications which have toxicology and pharmacology. Acne affects a lot of people. It's a most prevalent chronic skin disease in the United States. 75% of teenagers and young adults will have acne. Acne usually is, in the ages of 30 to 40, and then obviously sometimes it extends a little bit longer due to certain conditions. Conditions can be hormonal, it can be liver detoxifications issues, it can be food sensitivities and allergies. So there are different conditions, digestive issues that can actually cause acne. Issue with pilosebaceous follicles, sebum production, bacterial colonization, inflammation, excessive androgen hormones, and it can be on chest, face, upper back, or there might be a genetic component to it. There might be food and drink, tobacco smoke, cosmetics, and obviously iatrogenic. We can cause it by these certain medications that we give you, specifically oral contraceptives is one of them. We can't say, let's give someone homeopathic medication, all the sulfur medications, and we're going to cure acne. No, they have to stay with a specific diet and hormonal balancing. And what I do a lot, which is looking at their food sensitivities and allergies and looking at their digestive system. Is the acne coming from the digestive system? And sometimes we find it's an infection in the digestive system or overgrowth of a bacteria. Is there liver detox? Do we feel that they've used so much medications in the past that the liver is not able to detoxify the blood properly? And that's where the acne is coming from. Is there a problem with their probiotics, because they had so much antibiotics that they killed their good bacteria in their guts? And obviously, as part of our treatments, we have IV nutrition treatment as well. The first medication we're going to talk about is natrum muriaticum. Natrum muriaticum is sodium chloride, or basically sea salt. The pharmacology of natrum muriaticum is based on obviously sodium and chloride. So where sodium and chloride work in the body is where natrum muriaticum works. And we know the effects of those on the skin are either greasy, oily skin, or dry skin. Natrum muriaticum has a specific pattern that is in the T-zone. So a lot of the little tiny bumps that happen around the hairline are going to get natrum muriaticum, or the little tiny bumps that are in the creases, papulovesicular, vesicular, or pustular even, on a natrum muriaticum patient. Location can be forehead, hairline, skin folds, and around the lips. Next one is Sepia. Of its pharmacology, based on sepia melanin, it has amino acids, tyrosine, dopamine, taurine, and cysteine, and trace minerals, magnesium, copper. With sepia, the acne varies in intensity throughout the menstrual cycle. So you'll see the acne sort of getting a little worse, and then it gets better, and then it gets worse, and then it gets better. So there seems to be some hormonal component to the acne. And here I've shown it. The location is around the mouth, on the chin, and on the flexion folds. Again, just like what we saw with Natrum muriaticum. Let's talk about Arnica. Arnica, which is mountain Arnica, has its pharmacology because it has flavonoids, carotenoids, phenolic acid, this word that I can never pronounce, as well as caffeic acid and chlorogenic acid, which are antibiotic. And that's part of the reason that I use Arnica with treatment of acne. Sensation of Arnica montana is bruising. And with a lot of your acnes, you actually see, or your patients will tell you that there is a sensation of bruising. Modalities, Arnica is worse with touch. So your patients will tell you, I can't even touch it because it's bruised up. Next medication that's really good is Selenium metallicum. Selenium, its pharmacology is because of essential trace elements, coenzyme of glutathione reductase and peroxidase, and it's a major antioxidant. Selenium, very important in comedones and small sebaceous cysts and acne punctata. Basically an acne that has a black head. So it can be sort of an acne that has a little bit of, it feels like it's either just a black head or a pus almost formation with a black head on top. That's where you can use Selenium metallicum. The next medication is Kalium bromatum or Potassium Bromide. Potassium bromide has been used historically. It was used as a sedative, anaphrodisiac, hypnotic, anticonvulsant, abandoned later on because of the fact that it had some iatrogenic effects. And obviously one of the iatrogenic effects was that the skin of these patients who were taking potassium bromide was getting worse and they were getting acne. It has an impressive toxicology in high and low doses. You can sort of research on this one yourself if you wish. In toxic doses, it causes papulopustular eruptions, acne, sebaceous glands, seborrhea, pustular, indurated acne on back, face, and chest. In clinical homeopathy, we use medications based on either the pathology, the pathophysiology, or the way lesion is presenting itself. So based on what it looks like, we use the homeopathic medication for it. One of the medications you can use that's mainly related to acne in homeopathy, Eugenia Jambosa, is used for this specific acne with little almost tiny dots that are pinkish red, usually on the face. It can be anywhere on the face, but around the chin. And this is an acne that gets worse with periods and then gets better, and gets worse with periods and gets better. Or if it has a sort of a cyclical pattern, you usually get some of your teenagers who start having these little bumps. This medication you might be able to combine with Natrum muriaticum because of the sort of the look of the lesions, as well as where it can affect patients as well. A lot of my homeopathic treatments of acne are composed of 3 or 4 different medications. The next medication is Silicia. Silicia is silicon dioxide, and its pharmacology, toxic doses, it's toxic to the macrophages. We use Silicia for deep-seated infections, for recurring and chronic infections, even ENT infections. But this is a medication that's used for, if you can see here, homeopathic experimentation has shown suppuration and chronic or recurrent infections, and a patient can also have adenopathy. So you can actually have a patient that has an acne, and due to the acne, their cervical adenopathy is also inflamed. Silicia is used for suppurative acne. It's for that acne that you feel you want to push out. The sensation is sharp, stabbing, neuralgic pain with inflammation, sensation as if there is needles going inside the lesion. So a little bit worse than, I don't want to say a little bit worse than, but different than Arnica, which is a sensation of bruising. Silicia is actually a sensation of a needle or a thorn stuck in the areas that they're acne. The acne that you see is almost not coming out. You see a group of your patients who have an acne, but these acnes never find their way out. It feels like there's cysts, almost cystic acne. So to recap, acne affects a lot of people. It is limiting and debilitating. Certain medications help. Most medications to treat acne have side effects. Changes in environment, diet, cosmetics, and everything else that your patients will do in their environment, basically, of acne needs to be treated as well. This is a prevention that I give my patients. It's pretty basic. Avoid alcohol exposure to chemicals, NutraSweets, juices, and these are probably everything that you all know. I suggest looking at their cosmetics, and I suggest that they increase water as much as they can. Remember, it's a way of washing away or washing the body. If you have any questions, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and our YouTube channel is growing now based on the information that we're putting out. So I thank you again.